Here's why rent-to-owns never work. In theory, rent-to-own is you find someone who's willing to rent you the property and at some point sell it to you. So I got a chance to deal with numerous situations with rent-to-own where someone thinks that the seller is going to sell them the property, but it never works out. So if you have a family member that is willing to do that, then that's, maybe a different scenario where they just want to take care of family and, at some point sell them the property. But 99% of the time, if you don't know them or have some kind of relationship with them, chances are it's never gonna pan out. I've had so many situations where, they're either renting the property currently or they go to rent the property and the owner says, yeah, we'll do rent to own and, I'll sell it to you next year or what have you. But the reason why it never works out is because the market is constantly changing. So the market is either going up or down. Let's say you're renting a property and you're paying $2,000 a month and the home was worth $500,000. And the seller says, or the owner says, I'm gonna sell it to you next year or in 2 years. Well, by the time that year or 2 year comes, the property is no longer worth $500,000, it's $550 or $600. And now that owner doesn't wanna lose that extra money that's left on the table. So even though they told you $500, now when it comes time to really selling and doing the paperwork, now they want $550 or $600. So that happens all the time. Or when the market's declining, you guys make some kind of deal where he's willing to sell for $500 and the market's dropping, now it's worth $400. A lot of times the buyer doesn't want to buy it now for $500. Now they want to buy it at market value. So that's why I've never seen it ever work. I mean, I've had friends that we thought that it would work. They do some renovations to the kitchen and then things go south and the owner doesn't want to sell anymore. And that's it. There's nothing they really can do.
Is a lot of that just a verbal agreement, or can you get a rent-to-own in a contract?
Yeah, it's mostly verbal agreement because these guys don't want to put anything in writing. They'll put in writing the lease agreement and stuff, but as far as hey, I'm gonna sell this property to you at this price, yet to see it happen.
But it could happen. But
oh, for sure.
See it because they don't want to actually
weigh
their options when the time comes, rather than having something in certain writing.
Right, and that's why it works with family a lot of times, because for them it's not about whether the market's up or down. They want to make it happen for whatever reason.
Yeah.